We're on We Found Music at Dash Radio, joined by Cub Sport live in the studio. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
We're thrilled to have you here finally. It's been a long time coming. I came to one of your two sold out LA shows on your tour. And so obviously now you guys are just wrapping up another tour right now, a 19-date tour.
Yeah, literally just finished a couple of nights ago. We ended up doing over 11,000 miles in 36 days, I think it was.
Wow.
Closed a full loop of the country.
Of America?
Yeah.
So you guys were traveling in a van or something?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right.
You must be used to that by now.
Yeah, I do feel like we're kind of becoming numb to the long drives. At the start, it was like I was always looking at the time, and now you kind of just sit there and let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get to a day that has like a 4-hour drive, you're like, oh, that's nothing. That's fine.
Well, congratulations on a successful tour. The third album is out now. It's actually self-titled, Cub Sport. And so let's talk about the sound first for that one. How would you describe the sound of this new project?
I feel like it's really varied in its sound, but I feel like an overarching thing is that it's quite a beautiful interpretation, I think, of like the different sounds that it uses.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it is like quite orchestral, and then there are parts that are pretty electronic. And I love using auto-tune as well, but kind of trying to use it stylistically to make parts of it like more emotive and that sort of thing.
Well, there's definitely a mix of styles. In fact, you start the album in a very intimate solo, kind of a vocal part, and then. So I guess what was your choice to begin the album like that? It's kind of
I recorded that song pretty spontaneously, kind of just holding the mic and pressing record and then kind of just singing whatever came out. And at the time, the lyrics and melody were sort of just coming, so I would like press stop and then press record and like keep going. I think I did it in like 3 or 4 parts. And then I thought, I'll just get this all out and then I'll come back and put like synth or like some sort of instrumentation behind it once I've like kind of just let this flow. And then when I went to do that, I realized that I was singing in between keys. And so
would have been hard.
Yeah. And I thought about trying to like re-record it, but there was something kind of in that moment that was just sort of flowing. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's just meant to be the vocal on its own. And I think as I wrote the rest of the album and kind of started putting the songs together, it became really obvious that that song needed to be the opening. And it really sets the tone kind of sonically and thematically, I think, for what's to follow in the album.
Yeah, I think there's such a wide range of tones and themes in the album. Which is really incredible, because I knew Limousine, which is more of an upbeat song, and you have a music video out for as well, right?
Yeah.
But that really impressed me, the range of styles, and I didn't expect, because I didn't expect it just to be you solo, just sort of singing to start the album, and it's cool.
Thank you.
I like that. So talk about the video for Limousine.
So right from the first demo of Limousine, I had been envisioning a music video that kind of captures the otherworldly vibe that I think this song has. And I wanted it to be kind of like an alien glam vibe. And yeah, it was always something that I kind of had these mood boards happening for. I didn't know if we really had the people and contacts to make that video a reality. But then in the months leading up to it, we just had these people like come into our lives, and it felt very fateful. And we worked with a stylist that we work with on everything now, Kurt Johnson. And the video was shot on film by a director from Melbourne called Tim Hardy. And they really understood our vision, and they're both queer as well. So it was kind of just like making all of our queer dreams come true in this video.
Well, happy Pride Month, by the way.
Thank you.
While we're at the topic. And And so since it's Pride Month, Tim, you came out in 2016, following the love and support during Pride. Now, what does Pride Month mean to you now? And have you guys done anything to celebrate?
We unfortunately just missed LA Pride. We were in Vegas for the night, and we did see Lady Gaga. So I feel like that was a pretty Pride
It's a good ode to
event. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's incredible how widespread it's celebrated now in the U.S. You know, having grown up here in the last 20 years, it's such a difference. But actually, I was at Pride, so too bad you weren't there.
Yeah,
got to
really
see
wish we
years and
could've.
years.
Oh,
amazing.
And the Veronicas performed.
The
I really
Veronicas.
wish we could have seen that.
Yeah. Shout out fellow Aussies, right?
Yeah.
Too bad you weren't on the lineup.
I know. Next
There's
year.
always next year.
It'll be next year, right, Amy? Shout out, Amy. Well, wow. How was that Gaga performance while we're on the topic? Because I'm sure anybody would be interested to hear about that.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
her jazz show the night that we were in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 2 pop and 1 jazz each week.
Okay.
And
it was phenomenal. Her voice is unreal.
Yeah.
Live.
Unbelievable.
And
It
it
was-
went for 3 hours.
yeah, you could tell it was a really special show for her as well. It was funny, just as we were walking to the show, I was saying, isn't it funny how as an audience member, you don't really know how a certain show feels for the artist in comparison? Because on our tours, there are certain shows where I'm like holding back tears while we're on stage.
Yeah.
And then there are other shows, like I love every single one, but some of them just feel so connected. And some of them is kind of like a bit more chill. And after saying that, Lady Gaga was literally like bawling her eyes out on stage, and
She had her
was
family there that night.
yeah,
Wow.
she was like really feeling the love, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy that we actually know that this is like such a special show for her, and we got to be there and see it.
That really means a lot, doesn't it? To tell that her heart is so in it. I feel like everything she is in everything she's doing right now.
Yeah, you can feel
She's-
it.
You know, you can just tell if it's real.
Totally.
I guess while we're on the topic, inspiration. I'm sure Gaga's been an inspiration for you guys and for anybody. Kind of like, what are some of the artists that have inspired you guys as music makers?
Some of my favorite artists are Frank Ocean, Solange, Kanye West, Ariana Grande. I love Lana Del Rey. I remember listening to when Lorde like first came onto the scene and kind of just transformed what pop music is for so many people.
It's changed, the landscape's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, totally. She's kind of been an ongoing inspiration as well. There are so many.
I think you guys are in a really good time as music makers. You know,
Yeah.
it's very interesting music in the mainstream even. So I feel like you have the chance to be in mainstream even in America right now, which is
And even
pretty
the
cool.
way, and the way people are releasing music is so different to how it's ever been before. It's
even
very
to have
exciting
somebody
to
like
be part
Billie
of.
Eilish in the mainstream.
Exactly.
Speaking of collaborations, you collaborate with Mallrat on this album, who I've had the pleasure of meeting as well. Talk about how that came about.
We've been friends with Grace for a bunch of years now, and I really believe that I'm her number one fan. I'm like obsessed with all things Mallrat.
Yeah.
And yeah, the song video came together pretty naturally. I was just working on it at home, and I'd written one verse, but there was another verse open. And I was just thinking, like, oh, this would be really cool with Grace singing on it. I wonder if she'd be down. So I sent her the song, and she liked it. And she came over and recorded kind of like a verse to just fill it for the time between, like, just while she was working on like what she really wanted to be released. And then yeah, she ended up recording her verse. I think it was just like a week or two before final mixes, and it's just so like short but powerful, and it's just succinct and amazing, her part in that song. And yeah, I'm so happy that we got to put it out, and we've actually made a music video for it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's coming out?
Yeah, it'll be out soon.
That's cool. No, I love Mallrat as well. And Inside Voices was the song that got me into her back years ago. I love that song.
Yeah.
so good, but it's cool to see both of you guys getting so much more attention now. It takes a little time, right? But now this, you have a self-titled album. Why is it self-titled?
I feel like it's the album that sums up like what Cub Sport is and who we are, more so than our first or second albums. And it just felt like the right point in time to be like, okay, this is what we've been working towards. And there's like a lyric in video that's just like, I think I know myself. And I feel like that is such a big theme of the album. And it just felt right.
Very important. Well, yeah, you guys are probably in a good place for it to be self-titled. There's a reason. And so you guys are going to be playing even more coming up, playing the Life is Beautiful Festival.
Yeah.
That must be exciting. You were just in Vegas, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. We're looking on the map at where we were going to be in a couple of months' time.
Yeah, we've never actually
great.
played in Vegas before, so I'm so happy that we get to go play at this festival, and the lineup is just ridiculous.
So cool, right?
Yeah. You very rarely get a lineup with that many huge artists in Australia, just because of the distance.
Really? Wow.
So yeah, we're very excited.
Well, yeah, you're a household name now in America here. So there you go. Hopefully this is the first of many. Well, congratulations, guys, on a successful everything, really. Successful year, I would say.
Thank you.
With the tour, the album, and we will stay close. And hopefully next time you can come perform for us in the studio.
We'd love that.
And we'll keep on supporting you guys. So thank you guys both for joining us. Again, the group is Cub Sport. Let's close out with that collaboration with Mallrat titled Video. It's the second track after your little solo intro. Mm-hmm. So here it is. This is Video. So thanks again, guys, for joining us on We Found Your Music.
Thanks for having us.